Thank you very much. Miranda, Hayato, Nara, and Martin. Miranda, Hayato, Nara, Martin. Thank you and welcome to 4 p.m. everyone. My name is Dean Stevenson. I'd like to start by a bit of an artist statement if I can. It's the first two paragraphs from an upcoming book. It says, how willing would you be to put your creative process on display? To expose your creative self in its most elemental state, to show the messy beginning, not just the polished result. The rehearsal, not just the show. To gamble on a showcase of all the fear and all of the doubt and a daily commitment to producing something new. You might find in an odd twist that the exposure is more inward than outward, the irksome display of yourself to yourself. That's the first two paragraphs from the upcoming book of my journals from this installation, 4 p.m. This is what I've been thinking about. So not everyone wants to do their creative process in public, and that's fine. Most of us don't, because it's a bit scary. But it's not even about doing it in public. It's that last sentence, the irksome display of yourself to yourself. When you are on your own, either writing a song in your bedroom or doing some gardening or writing a children's book or whatever it is that you choose to do to satisfy your creative self. And you stop yourself and go, well, that's not good enough, or that's poor form, or that's not quite, Bach or Hemingway or whatever you put as your benchmark. The point when you expose yourself to yourself and go, I'm not good enough, I'm interested in what that is. And so 4 p.m. for me is about putting myself in the chair and going, every day I must produce a thing for these incredible musicians to arrive. And I've written another piece of music today, which we'll soon hear. The piece we just heard was from, when I wrote that? February, Monday the 27th of February. So for those who've just wandered along and wondered what's going on, who is this annoying evangelist about creativity? So 4 p.m. is an installation here in Mona where I write a brand new piece of music every day. So it's a blank page in the morning and then I pen something and these musicians will play it. And today is day 229. So it's going on and it's evolving all the time. And obviously the more I do it, the better I get. I didn't start very good. I wasn't even really a composer. I was a kind of a guy who played drums in pubs really, and just thought I wanted to do something else. And I'm interested in what happens when you stop yourself from doing something, because Sydney Nolan's awesome, this painter here. I can't be that good, so I'll just sit at home and watch telly instead of going, I feel something in me that is creative and I know myself better when I do it. That's what creativity is. It's the voice of the soul. So here we are. We're going to play today's piece. Miranda, Hayato, Nara and Martin are going to now start to push through day 229. So this is the game plan, everyone. We'll play 229. We're going to stop and start with this awkward thing called a rehearsal. So we can't play it all the way through yet because we don't know how it goes. Not even me. I wrote the thing and I still don't know what it sounds like in the hands of string players because I wrote it on a piano. So we're going to stop and start, and I'd like to involve you in that. If you have any questions and you want to know why we stopped, what are you talking about? What did you do just then? Let's get involved, ask questions, even suggest something. I'll come and see if you want it slower or faster or whatever, and then I'll ignore most of your suggestions. No, I'm totally joking. We've taken some of them on board, haven't we? And they really worked well. So we'll do that, and then once we get to the end of it, then we'll play it all the way through so we can hear it as a piece. And then, because I'm also really keen to hear yesterday's piece again, so we'll do that at the end. Okay, any questions? All right, well, prepare your questions, because I'm going to come back and ask you if you have any before we finish the afternoon. Here we go. Day 229. Hello, everyone. Right. So I'm conducting kind of slow, but it ticks along. Go back there. So everyone's doing pits except first for most of the first little while. 2, 3. top. 1, 2, and the top. Here we go. Yeah, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, yeah. Ding dum 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 dig dum 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 4 and dum dum.
A little bit slower.
It's slower than that.
Da, 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 da.
4 and 1, okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and. That's amazing. So the ink is kind of still wet and they just played that fresh off the page, which is always an amazing thing, right? Yes. So probably, certainly as we've discovered, the middle voice is just to play up a dynamic. It's a room thing. So we get second and viola to play out. That'd be great. Any things to say?
No, that's good. Probably no faster.
No faster, no time. Okay. We'll keep it at that tempo.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Should we
go from D, maybe?
Go from D. Letter D. Go from D. Obviously H is second and cello together. Yep. From letter H. Okay.
I think you changed to it down there, but let's do it on an up like you were going to.
We're talking about bowings now. We're talking about bowings.
On the crescendo.
The letters, what are the letters? What, letter D, letter H? Rehearsal markers, they're like chapters. You can go from chapter H, it's easier than saying go from bar, because we chunk things. Remember how you, like if someone sings you the third line of 4 verses of a song, you don't know what song they're talking about, because you have to go from the first line, because we chunk things in memory. It's kind of the same here. We put rehearsal markers in so we know where to go from. Phrases.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter.
Okay, where for H? H? Letter H, which is actually bar 41 for those who are curious. D and 4. Okay, let's go take it back and get some run-ups. Oh, actually, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions before we keep going? Anything you'd like to know? It's fine if you don't. It's okay. Has anyone ordered a pizza yet? I can't smell any. You can order a pizza from the bar.
We can probably try it a bit faster.
A bit faster now?
Yep.
Okay. Therefore, let's go. A. Letter A. Faster. Right there?
Yep.
1, 2, and 3, and 4. before K, crescendo, we're going to decrescendo the bar after. So keep crescendoing from 59 up, so at bar 2 before K, we've mostly got breathes, let's make it nice and loud there, 14.
And then a diminuendo.
And then diminuendo, yeah.
Is there also diminuendo in 48?
Is there a diminuendo in 48? That's a great question.
I don't think so.
No,
I think
there's not.
let's push
No,
it.
no one has
Yeah,
one.
'cause it's just so
Okay. Anybody got any questions? Do you have any questions? Okay. There's things that can be done. We all grew up on stories, but there's stories in all the pictures and all the words and all the music. Everything has a story connected. That's why we connect to things, because it has a story. So a story like this, there's all these, this quick melody, but to me, I want to put something underneath it, just like, it's kind of soft. It's like a rhythm. It's got an engine, but it's soft. So for me, this piece is about something that really wants to go, just wants to fly, but it's being withheld somehow. So it's kind of frustrating, isn't it? So there's like something that's withheld, but there's a rub in that. There's something that wants to just fly quick, big wings and really loudly, but the arrangement of the ensemble is not letting it. So perhaps that, when played with yesterday's piece, might make a bit of sense to what I'm trying to do for the weekend.
almost.
Cool.
Let's see what comes out next time. And I'll write it in.
That's great. Let's go. Then where did we stop? We stopped at
K?
K. Yeah, K. Yep. B and
Sorry. Yep.
Right.
From M.
Bar before M.
Up.
Bar before M. 3 and 4 and. Okay, that was the last bar. Let's go again from M.
Down, down on the last one.
Hello from M. Now you know what your clap cue is.
Yep. M.
From M, yep. Right on M.
M. Or
M for Miranda.
no.
Yeah. 2 and 3 and Okay, all right, that's the last bar. There we go. Now I've got to the end. Okay. All right, let's give it a run from the top and see how we go as a whole piece. Any questions, anybody? Yes. What are the musicians writing so frantically? Probably the composer's an idiot, I suspect. What was it?
We're writing in some bowings because he hasn't written in. A bowing's like if I do a down bow, I'm pulling the bow that way, and up bow, pushing the bow that way. And there's different combinations of up and down that I can do. Some slurred. I can do various combinations of all the up and downs. So we're writing in that so that we match as well a bit better because he hasn't written in any of that. That's up to us.
I haven't written that in because I didn't have time. I don't know anything about it.
Sure.
And other things like
Dynamics.
certain dynamics and certain things like they might say who to look at because they don't really need a conductor. They're contained enough to do it themselves, so they need to know who's doing a part that supports their part, so they know who to lean into, things like that. And the composer's an idiot. Any other questions? Attempt not to have a Sunday best music or a Friday best. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll play yesterday's piece, and you can tell me. Yeah, there doesn't tend to be a pattern. As opposed, the only pattern is dictated by how much I had to drink last night, which wasn't too much. Moderate. Okay, here we go. Day 229. You happy with that tempo?
Yeah, you have.
You think that tempo's okay?
Yeah.
Can we lift it a bit? Yeah, good.
I think keep pushing it in just the quaver passages when we've just got kids.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one. 1 and 2 and 2. to Nara Martin. So my rub is a complete no. Would I change it? Yes. Can I change it? No, because I have to do another one tomorrow. So that's my rub, but essentially something is done. I went pushed through that difficult middle bit, copied some bits, tried to make a story. Eventually it might turn into something, maybe not. But if we play yesterday's piece now, as some contrast, we'll understand what I was thinking this weekend. Anybody got any questions? No? Okay, here's yesterday's piece for Miranda, Hayato, Nara, Martin. It's a real tearjerker, that one, till it ends with the James Bond chord and then there's a smoking gun. It's all very confusing. That was yesterday's piece, so maybe that answers your question. Do I have a Friday piece or a Sunday piece? I don't know. Yesterday was a nice sunny day and I wrote a really sad piece, and yesterday people cried. Wasn't what I intended, but there you go, that's music. Does anybody have anything they'd like to ask before we wrap it up for the afternoon and you go look at some more art? Waking up, driving in and sitting down at the piano. Yeah. After 228 days, 29 days, I'm fucking out of ideas. So it's just a matter of literally sitting down and going clunk on the piano, and the notes come up and I got 5 notes. My hand landed on a random 5 notes. What kind of melody do those 5 notes make? Off I go. And then eventually you'll find something somewhere. Or I start with a scale, or I start with someone's name that I can turn into notes. Yeah, like the first piece was just someone's name turned into music, and there it is. So it's not always having to have, I must write something about a dog and a rabbit and the sun and hungry, it's not about having a specific thing every day. It's just a matter of getting on with it, and eventually, by getting on with it, I'll find something. That's probably the biggest rub for creative people. I don't have a big enough story. Someone says I have nothing to say, which is just nonsense. Everyone here is dressed differently. You're the same colour, but you're still different. Everyone's wearing something different. Even if you're wearing black, you're still wearing a different black to the person next to you. Every unique person has a unique story. Just put the words or the music or the hammer down, and you will find something to say, and it will be significant. So none of that born under a lucky star stuff. Just do stuff, because it means things to us when you do stuff. There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Good question.
Very important to be able to hear the other people. So, because even though we're counting in our head or watching him conduct, still you've all got your own interpretation of a beat or a feeling, and it's important to have contact with what they're doing, because they might have a different idea in their melody, and you've got to be with them. So sometimes it's a bit hard here, actually, to hear everyone clearly, just because it's such a big room, and so we've sort of got to adjust to that. But yeah, it's definitely a collaborative. Have to be engaged with everyone.
And if you don't listen, especially if the ensemble's quite big, let's say you're in the orchestra, and the melody, the famous melody that everyone knows of that Tchaikovsky piece is in the first violins that often have the melody, but you're in the viola section or the cello section, which means all you know is the harmony part. And someone says, don't you get emotional when you hear that music? You say, nah, because I'm playing the fucking harmonies. I'm not playing that tear-jerking melody. I've always just played the support part. But I need to be able to hear the other person in order to know how to put the whole thing together. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Good. Yes, a question? No, because I can't play the piano. Yeah, it's true. I literally, I wrote this today, but I can't play that. I'd be flat out till next week trying to learn that, because I've tried to do piano with Miranda, and we just end up laughing and drinking because it's ridiculous. So my hand to my looking at the thing, I don't have that skill. So I can use the piano as a harmonic tool to write what's in my head. I literally don't play that. I play double bass, but not with a bow. I sing songs, and I have an understanding of music, which just gets better the more I do this, but I don't play any of those instruments, and I don't play that one. None of my instruments are in the room. I studied as a singer, actually. Weird. Yeah, and nor did I study composition, ever. So I just did it because I wanted to be around these cool people. They looked interesting. It's literally, and I don't want to lug drums out of pubs as an old man, so fuck the pub game, that's me. Would you like to hear anything again?
Play the
First one? So we can play today's piece again. We'll play today's piece again. Okay, so what's going to happen, thank you very much for sticking around, ladies and gentlemen. If there is a live stream, every single one of these days is live streamed from this camera right here next to this fine gentleman. You can see them all days to my YouTube, Dean Stevenson, 4 p.m, and you'll find it on YouTube. There's some recordings over here, a download of some of the tunes that really worked example of a score, you can frame it on your wall, or a CD if you still have a CD player. We've recorded some in this room, so all the things written and recorded in this room, help yourself to hear, or up at the shop upstairs. Let's hear today's piece again. Okay, they can do it without me. Great, I love it. Always better than without me. Again, thank you very much, Miranda, Hayato, Nara, and Martin. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks so much. My name's Dean Stevenson. There's a mailing list and some stuff to buy. Have a great weekend. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.